नारायण हरि बोल। नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल। नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि शरणं 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 हरि शरणं
हरि शरणं हरि शरणं
हरि शरणं हरि शरणं
हरि शरणं हरि शरणं
हरि शरणं हरि शरणं
हरि शरणं हरि शरणं हरि शरणं हरि
श्री गुरु चरण
शरणं हरि 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 शरणं
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारि बरन रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायकु फलचारि बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसति लोक उजागर राम दूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन बिराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा बिराजे कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा बिकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावै अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानु प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाहि दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होतन आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज सम्हारो आपै तीनों लोक हाकते कापै, भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै, महावीर जब नाम सुनावै। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै, मन क्रम बचन ध्यान जो लावै। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै। चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है, प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता, असबर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावै, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै। अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटई मिटई सब पीरा, जो सुमिरै हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूटहि बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुरभूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज, निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारि। बरनउ रघुबर बिमल जसु, जो दायक फल।
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज, निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारि। बरनउ रघुबर बिमल जसु, जो दायक फल चारि। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके, सुमिरौ पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि, हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीसति लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज संवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु, लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि, जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज संभारो आपे, तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासै हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है पर सिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुबरपुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय।
सच्चिदानन्दं वासुदेवं व्रजप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकं वीरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्।
Jai Shri Krishna to each and everyone present here. On the behalf of Geeta Parivar, I, Dr. Kamalvara Kaushal, welcome you all world's largest online Geeta Santha work. Let's start today's session with salutations at the feet of Lord Krishna and blessings of Param Pujya Swami Shri Govind Dev Kiriji Maharaj. Prayer works wonder. So for prayer, I would like to call Suchitra Joshi Didi. She resides in Thane, Maharashtra. She is a homemaker serving as a trainer and associated with Geeta Parivar, March 2023. Please welcome.
जय श्री कृष्ण। जय श्री कृष्ण सभी को। वसुदेव वसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। जय श्री कृष्ण।
Thank you so much, Didi, for this beautiful prayer. Like every other auspicious occasion, we do Deep Prajwalana. So for Deep Prajwalana, I would like to call Sangeeta Totla Didi. She is from Kalburgi, Karnataka, serving as a technical assistant and associated with Geeta Parivar since November 2020. Please welcome Didi.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो सुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृताम् कलहंसकृतावासां वरदां शारदां नुमः.
Thank you so much, Didi, for the beautiful deep Prajwalana and taking us from darkness to the light. From 4th February to 11th February 2024, on the occasion of the 75th birthday of Param Pujya Swami Shri Govind Dev Giriji Maharaj, Geeta Amrit Bhakti Mahotsav is being celebrated in Pune, Maharashtra, in which the eminent Sant of the country will also be present. Geeta recitation and other program will be also organized with about 10,000 Geeta lovers. So all of you are also invited to this program. For more information, please check the site geetabhakti.com. Remember, it is geetabhakti.com. Now it's our time to speaker tonight. So it's my distinct honor to introduce our esteemed speaker tonight, who is going to explain us about 8th chapter, 2nd part. Our respected Shraddha Raodeo Didi. She resides in Hyderabad. She is BE Electronics and postgraduate diploma in IT system and management. She has worked as a mobile application developer and team leader more than 13 years. She is disciple of Param Pujya Swami Shri Govind Dev Giriji Maharaj. She is conducting Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā classes at her home more than 9 years. She is the senior trainer of Geeta Parivar, examiner, Vivechak, and heading the class monitoring team. And especially, she has been imparting the Indian values to the next generation of our country. So it's my utmost fortune that I have got this privilege to introduce our respected Shraddha Raodeo Didi. Please. Jai Shri Krishna. Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna Kunava Didi. Jai Shri Krishna. A very warm welcome to the session, all of you. Today, by blessings of Swamiji himself and Parampita Paramatma Shri Krishna, we all are here on the last day of 2023 to celebrate how lucky we all have been throughout this year to get associated with Geeta Parivar and learngeeta.com. It's a great privilege, and let us celebrate this last day with insight into a very important, very beautiful chapter. Let's seek blessings from Param Pujya Swamiji and Shri Krishna before we begin. Hari Om. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Krishnaya Vasudevaya Hare Paramatmane Pranatah Kleshanashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavatam Narayana Vyasena Krathitam Puranamuninam Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshidhim Bhagavatim Ashtadashaധ്യായിനീം अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणि ॐ श्रीगुरवे नमः. We all are in middle of a very beautiful concept in this particular chapter. We are seeing the Akshara Brahma Yoga, and in the last session we have seen some very important shlokas, and a little bit insight we'll have into what we have seen in the last part, because everything is connected. Last time we saw the importance of the last minute of Namasmaran, or remembering God. Now, as we have discussed earlier, Bhagavad Gita is definitely an art, or it teaches us the art of living the life happily, living a very peaceful and happy life. At the same time, Bhagavad Gita is also an art of leaving this world, leaving the world gracefully. And this, this entire thing you have to understand in such a way that for us, we have a limitation of intellect, and what we see around us is the only life that we know about. But it is not so. After this life also, there is a lot that we have in store with us. There's a lot that there is a new journey that is going to begin. And for this journey, we all have to prepare ourselves. So the end moment of this particular life that we know of is actually the takeoff moment of the life. And if the takeoff is right, the long journey that awaits us after the life, after this life, is going to be very happy, very fruitful. So what Sri Krishna has told, Tasmat, he has told already that whatever is the thought or in your mind at the last minute, that thought is what you will attain in your next birth. We had seen an example of Maharshi, where he was thinking about a deer, a deer calf and a baby deer, and he was reborn as a dear. Now, this is the importance of last minute. For us, how do we, still, what is the importance of last minute? This thought comes to all of us. Like, why is this last minute so important? This entire life I worked so hard to attain the God, and whatever happens in the last minute is going to be the final impression. Why so? That everybody will, be wondering, why is it so? See, when we take a photograph, now it is some era of selfies, no? When we all are taking, so many people keep taking selfies, and we take photographs. Now, when you are taking a photograph, suppose you have done a lot of makeup and nicely well dressed and everything, all ready to have a photograph. And while taking a photograph, you put your best possible smile in front of you. And just when the person taking the picture was about to click, what happened? Sneeze came and the expression changed. And what happened? The moment the sneeze came and he clicked, what was the last impression in that camera? It is your sneezing expressions. We tried our best to smile. We prepared ourselves for the best possible smile. But what got captured is the last moment. Same is the situation with our life. What is the last thought? What is the last? That is going to be the final impression, which is going to set the path for what? Your next upcoming birth. However, whatever we have done throughout the life is not going to go waste, because what you are going to get, which form you will get, that is a different matter. But what blessings you will get in that life, how you will be able to lead that life, depends on the karma that you have accumulated. Now, that sneezing picture, if it is shown to somebody who knows you very well, that sneeze wouldn't matter, isn't it? That expression wouldn't matter. Similarly, no matter in which birth you are, you will be able to get all the blessings, and you will get appropriate blessings in that particular birth also, owing to the karma. But what you are going to get is going to depend on the last minute. And we had also seen that we cannot predict what is going to be the last minute. We don't know when it is going to be coming. Who knows? There's no prediction. That is why Shri Krishna gives a very important technique. And what is it? Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mamanusmara yudhyacha. Mayarpita mano buddhir mame vaishyasya samshayam. This was the last shloka that we saw in the previous session. And in this session, in this shlok, I would like to reiterate the phrase mamanusmara yudhyacha. This Mamanusmara Yudhyacha is a phrase. It can actually be considered as the Mahavakya of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. Every scripture has its own Mahavakya, like Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi. These are, from the Vedas, we get these basic teachings from various important teachings that we get in Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. Mahamanusmara Yudhyacha happens to be one of them. Now, when here Shri Krishna is telling Arjun, Mahamanusmara Yudhyacha, for him, Yudhya, because it was his job. Mahamanusmara Yudhyacha, when Shri Krishna is saying, because it was his job, he was doing the war. But what happens for us? Some of you might be teacher. So, Mahamanusmara, you have to teach, means remember Shri Krishna and do your work. Remember Shri Krishna and teach. Remember Shri Krishna and study. Remember Shri Krishna and do whatever job you are doing. And doing this, whatever job we are done, we have to remember Shri Krishna and offer all our karmas to him. Now, when we are doing, Shri Krishna has given one more important thing. Mai arpita mano buddhir. Mai arpita. Your man and buddhi. Now, just remember two things. You will say, how is this to be done? This is a very important shloka. Ma manusmara yudhyacha mai arpita mano buddhir. Now, this we all know. Its meaning is offer your man and buddhi, your mind and intellect to me. How do we do that? With mind, with your man, what is it that we do? We spread love. We have emotions. Basically, mind or man is responsible for the emotions. And buddhi, intellect, is responsible for your thoughts. So, your love and your thoughts should be focused on Shri Krishna. Keep him in your mind, in your thoughts, and when you love anybody, maximum love should be for Shri Krishna. Whom do we love the most? Naturally, if a person is honest to himself, he'll say myself. Isn't it? Whom do you love the most? My kids, all that is later. We love ourselves. More than ourselves, we have to love Shri Krishna. So your love and your thoughts should be focused on Shri Krishna, and that is what will we attain by doing all that? Mame vaishyasya samshayam. Asamshayam, you will attain me doubtless. Here, Shri Krishna, Swamiji says, he is taking a pledge that you all will attain me. See, what more assurance can we get? Isn't it? Shri Krishna is pledging that if you do this, you will attain me. Last time I had a vivachan of this on this topic, I had a very interesting question asked by somebody. He asked, ma'am, I am he was a software developer or somebody who works on the computer all the time. Now I'm continuously marketing person, somebody where always I'm working on presentations. When I'm working on my presentations, he said, I have to continuously think about my work. I have to focus entirely. How can I do now? If I do Shri Krishna, my presentation will not work. This is such a genuine question. Or somebody is driving, you'll say, obviously, this thought should be in the mind always. But certain times when you are doing some mind-intensive work, it's going to be difficult. This is a very natural question that comes to anybody. And for this, what we should do? It is, as per our scriptures, any task that is started by taking the Namasmaran, by doing Namasmaran, by remembering God, by starting with a prayer and the task is ended with the prayer. Whatever is done between these two time frames is offered to the God. That's why how did we start our Vivechan session? With a Prarthana. How will we end it? With a Prarthana. So the entire Vivechan session is automatically offered in the feet of Lord Krishna. So similarly, whenever you are starting work, now I was just assume you are writing a document or you are cooking in the family also. Before I start my cooking, I know there is chaos in the house and probably I'll not be able to do Nam Smaran. Before we start cooking, before I start doing my documentation, before starting any journey, before starting my day, start with a prayer. When you are ending your task, when you are leaving the office, in the olden days, nowadays schools have become very ultra modern day. I don't know if they follow that now, but when we were in school, while leaving the school, we used to say Prarthana. And we used to play, Om Shanti Shanti, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. We used to sing this Prarthana. Why? That everybody is at peace and we used to pray. So everything that we have done in the school, all the karma done in the school is automatically offered at the feet of Shri Krishna. That's what we can also do in our daily lives. Before leaving the office, after finishing the cooking, before starting eating, after finishing eating, small tasks. Start with the prayer, end with the prayer. Now that also appears like too much of a task. For Kali Yuga, people don't have time. So start your day with a prayer. End your day with a prayer. Before sleeping, pray. Your sleep is also whatever is your body is taken care by Shri Krishna himself. So that at least is easy. If every task we cannot start with a prayer, at least our day we can start with a prayer. When we start our prayer, start with Kar Pranam Tere Charano Me Lagata Hu Ab Tere Kaj. This is such a beautiful Prarthana. You should, our Swamiji has given this. So, offering all my prayers to you, I will start my day. And then all the tasks that we do, automatically we are reminded of him. With that, on that very crucial shlok, we had seen how this crucial shlok is done. And naturally, after this also, we had our doubts. Whatever doubts I could think of, I told you, we have to start our prayer. And he has also said, Mai arpita mano buddhir. Now you say, okay, Didi, we will start our day with a prayer. We'll end our day with a prayer. But in between, what happens? No matter how much, no matter how much prayers we do, no matter what we do, our man, it is chanchal. The mind is very fragile. It will continuously, what it will do, it will keep thinking, it will just keep moving here and there. What we have to understand here, it is chanchal buddhi. It is going to be, how do you control it? Mai arpita mano buddhi. I want my mind to be focused on Shri Krishna. I want my mind to be focused on Parampita Paramatma. But what is happening? It is running here and there. It's not getting control. Small children are so difficult to control. Mind is much more fickle. So fickle it is that the moment you do arpit karte hai na, the moment you devote it, immediately it comes back to us. The moment we donate it to Shri Krishna, immediately it comes back to us. If it doesn't come back to us, it will go to the office, or it will go to our shops, it will go to YouTube, it will go somewhere, but it will not stay with Shri Krishna. That is the problem with the mind. So for that, what to do? Shri Krishna tells in the next slok, Abhyasa Yoga Yuktena Chetasa Nanyagaminan Paramam Purusham Divyam Yati Parthanu Chintayan. What Shri Krishna says, by abhyas means by habitual meditation, continuously. What if you make this habit of focusing the mind on the God, then automatically he will remain in the memory. It will come only by practice. Now for some people the practice is like, now from 1 year we are learning Bhagavad Gita, little bit we are seeing, but still the mind is moving. It is going to need a lot of practice. So don't start thinking that now I have started practicing, I'm doing abhyas. After 2 months, after completing my level 4, level 3, I'm not able to do this. We should not be under that impression, because even to complete a simple, if we have to do a MBA, doctorate, engineering, how many years we have put into that? 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. People who do doctor, who become MBBS and all, I don't know how countless years they are putting into those studies. And then mastering the worldly subjects. This is a subject, spiritual subject. It's going to take a long time to master. Some of you might be able to master it earlier, but this is possible. First thing what we should understand is we should have a faith that we will be able to do it. Abhyasa yoga yuktena. And how do we do it? Once the mind is focused here and there, try to bring it back by practice and dedication. What is not possible, every time it is possible. See, for some of you, it is not. Some people still find this very difficult, but most of you, when you joined learngeeta.com, just to rewind 10 years back, many of us had not even touched Bhagavad Gita. Forget about reading it. Some small children had no idea about what is Bhagavad Gita. So many people I talked to, and now see, all are in level 4, already completed so many adhyayas. Many of you have started learning. Many of you have already completed Pathak Pathik also. So this, you yourself are a living example of, by a consistent effort, what is it that is not possible? So many examples we will find. By consistent efforts, somebody who was selling tea has become the Prime Minister of India. Just devotion and consistent efforts. If this is possible, if worldly success is possible, then Shri Krishna's bhakti is also possible. That faith we should have. And what Shri Krishna says, Chetasa Nanyagamina. How we have to train our mind that it doesn't go here and there. It doesn't get deviated. When we are in class, we think about the class. When we are doing bhakti, we are doing bhakti. And when you start doing this, even when you are doing something else, automatically your mind will start saying whichever jap mantra is fine with you. For instance, suppose I like Ramakrishna Hari. Ramakrishna Hari, Ramakrishna Hari. Even sometimes we don't even realize when our mind is started. When we learn Bhagavad Gita also, small things, Jai Shri Krishna, we don't even realize when we started just chanting Jai Shri Krishna. Automatically, nowadays, to even normal call comes, nobody, normally also I'm not able to say hello, Jai Shri Krishna, because it becomes a habit. So by consistent effort, this will become your habit. And even if you're doing something else, habitually you will end up remembering God. So this is how it is going to be. And for this, Shri Krishna is saying, you don't need to, make it it is not a very difficult task. Many of our acharyas and Sant Gulab Rao Maharaj, Gaurang Mahaprabhu, whatever great literature they have written, if you try to go through their literature, what will happen? You will be directly, you'll be programming your mind to focus on Shri Krishna himself. Now, if you are, while doing puja, we are focusing on Shri Krishna. But what happens if the moment we are done with our puja and all this, we'll start with the YouTube or with some chit-chatting, some gossiping, then what is happening? The mind also gets programmed accordingly. We have to develop certain habits. What habits we have to develop? Habits of reading good books, reading great life stories of great people. When we read all these things, automatically we will be able to follow. Now, this is something I'm not adding on my own. Shri Krishna has said in this shlok, it says, Yati Partha Nuchintayan. When he's saying Partha Nuchintayan, the word here is Anuchintayan. Anuchintayan means somebody has already done the chintan and we have to follow that. That doesn't mean that you start chintan on your own and nobody is asking you to reinvent a wheel here all over again. Somebody has done the chintan and we have to do the anuchintan. What is the meaning of anuchintan? Our great sages, acharyas, gurus, they have already done the chintan. Swamiji is telling so many beautiful kathas. All the kathas are available on YouTube. He has already done so much chintan on these subjects. We have to do anuchintan. We have to follow them. We have to follow these great sages, these great literature, Ramacharita-manas, Mahabharata, Ramayana, all these scriptures, if we read, that is Anuchintayan. So, and by doing all this, what will we get? by doing a continuous studies, continuously practicing, you training your mind to focus on Sri Krishna himself, what is it that you will attain? Paramam Purusham Divyam. Now, who is this Param Purush? Aksharam Brahma Paramam. Third shlok. He has already said, what is this Param Purush? You will, Yati means you will get, and you will attain this Param Purush is what Shri Krishna is saying. What he's saying, Paramam Purusham Divyan Yati Parthanu Chintayan. You will attain this Param Purush. And who is this Param Purush? It is the Brahma himself. Aksharam Brahma Paramam. So, to attain the Param Purusha, attain Brahma, attain liberation, attain the final moksha, what we have to do is continuously get into the habit of meditating, or get into the habit of training your mind to think about God all the time. And where we'll reach is Paramam Purusham Divyam. Now, when we are talking about this Param Purush, automatically this question came to our mind, now, who is this Param Purush, Aksharam Brahma Paramam? So what are the specific qualities of this great Purush? Shri Krishna explains them in the next few shlokas. Kavim Purana Manushasitaram Anoraniyam Samanusmaretyaha Sarvasya Dhataramachintya Rupam Maditya Varnan Tamasap Parastat. Kavim Purana, these all are adjectives. What are the adjectives? Kavim, Purana, Anushasitaram. Kavim, now for us, Kavi usually literally translates into what? Poet. It's not a poet alone. In Sanskrit literature, Kavim doesn't refer to somebody who can just, put the prose in a rhythmic way and make a poem. That is not Kavi. Kavi in Sanskrit means Jnani, a very knowledgeable person who knows everything. So he is the one who knows everything. So he is Kavi. Who is Kavi? Brahma. That Param Purush we are talking about is the Kavi. And he's Purana. Purana means he's eternal. When his life has begun, nobody knows. We don't know when, till how long is he going to exist. So we don't know how long he has been here, and we don't know how long he is going to be there, because he's eternal. He has been existing from beyond time. He's beyond time. He was there before the origin of the universe. He's going to stay till after the origin of, after the destruction of this universe. So he is eternal. And Anushasitaram, he is the master. He is the master of what? The entire world that we see around us. What is the entire world around us? Char and Achara Srishti. Char means the movable, Achara means the immovable. Okay, this immovable in our perspective. Now from us, you see the land around us is not moving, but actually this Prithvi is moving. All this is beyond our imagination. But whatever we see around us is what is controlled by this Param Tattva. And that is why he is the Anushasitara. He is the controller of everything. He is the master of everything. He is the master of all the creations in this universe. All the creations are mutable, and he is the one who rules this. He is the one who administers everything. And how big is he? He is Anu and Anuraniyam. So he is as small as an anu, atom. We cannot, even the size of the atom is beyond our imagination. So small. Our imagination also can't become so small, and our imagination can't even become as vast as he is. He is anu, he is smaller than an atom, and as vast as your imagination can grow. He is bigger than the biggest thing that you can imagine. What is the vastest thing that we can imagine? Sky. He is beyond the sky. He is beyond multiple skies. So imagine, that is the might of him. He is smaller than an anuraniyam samanusmaretya. He is minuter than an atom, and he is greater than anything that we can imagine. The simplest and smallest physically divisible particle of any element, which maintains its all properties is called as an atom. We all know that. Now, this this is indicated, it is a subtlest of the subtle thing that we can imagine. From that subtle thing, you continue growing your imagination, and the broadest thing that you can imagine, that is that Param Tattva. And he is Sarvasya Dhataram, because he is so big. He holds everything, and anything that it is going to hold, it is because it is also very small. Sarvasya Dhataram. It is so, before that I missed one adjective, Smaredhya. It cannot be even imagined. And Sarvasya Dhataram, it is the supporter, it is the one which supports everything. It is the one which takes care of everything. The nourisher, the parent of everything is the Sarvasya Dhataram. Anoraniyan Samanusmaredya. It cannot be imagined. See, already I told you, it is small, it is big, so it is beyond our imagination. Sarvasya Dhataram Achintya Rupam. Now, Achintya Rupa, it cannot be thought about. Suppose I say, we all know that Atma within us is a part of Paramatma. We cannot even think about the Atma. If I tell you now, think about Shraddha, you will be able to think about this body. But if I say now, think about Shraddha's Atma, we will not be able to know what is it. Look, it is Achintya. Now, this Atma is a small ounce of the Paramatma. So, how Achintya, how much beyond our thoughts is this Paramatma Tattva, imagine. So, it is Achintya Rupa. It cannot be followed. It is beyond our imagination. And what is the closest, Shri Krishna gives us closest hint about how close it can fall our imagination? Aditya Varnan Tamasaf Parastat. Aditya Varnan, its stage, its illuminescence is like sun. Ideally, the sun also gets its illumination from the Paramatma Tattva itself. But for us, the biggest source of light that we can imagine is the sun. So how it takes care of the entire darkness, like that is his stage, like that is the glory of the Paramatma Tattva. And you all will be studying the 11th chapter. In that, he is told, Devi Surya Sahasrasya, thousands of sun together is the light of one Vishwarupa Darshan that was shown to Arjun. So, this one example of Aditya Varnan is extremely small example, I would say, but that is how close we can get at this point of time to understand how his stage or how his brightness is. Now, in this shlok, so understand that everywhere Shri Krishna is telling he is intelligent, he is this, he is that. He is not this, he is not that. Because this entire tattva is so big, it is so much beyond our imagination, and at the same time so difficult to understand. Why difficult to understand? Not because the tattva is difficult to understand, but our intellect has its own limitations. Our intellect is very limited, and that is the reason we cannot understand everything in totality. We cannot understand the Parabrahma Tattva in totality. But because we cannot understand it in totality, at one go, Shri Krishna explains us what? By telling it is not like this is not like that. How a small concept is explained to child. Suppose I have to explain, like, what is water? What you will say, pani is water. Now, there cannot be a name of water. Just showing water is not going to make you understand. But if somebody gets a glass of water to me and says, this is water, then I'll understand, okay, this is water. Until and unless we see it, we feel it, we taste it, unless and until we understand its properties, I'll not understand what is water. Now, somebody has shown me a glass of water, and then after some time, I go to near a river, and this is also water, isn't it? If we go to a pond, that is also water. Water in different forms. Now, this Paramatma Tattva is so huge. There are so many adjectives which can describe it. River water, sea water, ocean water, salt water, ice water. One water also, there are so many adjectives to make you understand what is water. Now here we are talking about the Parabrahma Tattva. Shri Krishna is doing the same thing for us. He is Kavim, he is Purana, he is Anushasitara, he is Dhata, he is Sarvasya Dhatara, telling us all things and making us understand what is the Paramatma Tattva. We have to understand the shlok from this perspective, that so many adjectives about the Parabrahma Tattva Shri Krishna is explaining. Who is the Parabrahma Tattva? The one which we are going to attain by what? By constantly reminding Maniyar Pitamano Buddhir, by doing all this, which Tattva we are going to attain? It is that Tattva which Shri Krishna is trying to explain. So all these adjectives that Shri Krishna told in this particular shlok are what? They are just thinking aids for us. They are the thinking aids for us to understand what is the Brahma Tattva. What Shri Krishna tells further, Prayana Kale Manasa Chalena Bhaktya Yukto Yoga Balena Chaiva Bruvor Madhye Pranamaveshya Samyak Satam Param Purushamupaiti Divyam. Now what happens? What was the last question of Arjun? That at the time of death, what we know, what was the question from Arjun, that at the time of that, how does a person remember you? How should we remember you? What should be done to attain you? Prayana kale cha kathai niyosi niyatatma bihi. You tell me what can be done at the last moment. For that, Shri Krishna is explaining in this particular shlok, Prayana kale manasa chalena. He is describing the entire process of what is an ideal way of leaving this body. What Shri Krishna says, Prayana kale manasa chalena, at the time of death, with an unshaking devotion. With how is this manasa chalena? How is this man? It is completely devoted to Shri Krishna, completely devoted to the God. Now this type of mind, which is completely devoted to the God, that with the help of yoga bal, with the help of the meditative powers, with the power of the yoga that the person has done, what they should do, they have to bring their pran in between the eyebrows. Bruvor madhye means in between the eyebrows. The pran has to be brought. You will say, now what is the difference between the man and the pran? They are so close to each other. Man is your something, they are very close to each other. But when we see the, our body, it is in different layers. The first is the physical body. The next one is the pran. What is the pran? The one that enables you to live. The one that will sustain, it is a store of energy for us. As long as the pran is there, we are in the living form. So it is a source of energy. And what is man? Man is the source of emotions. Okay, that is the difference between the two. One is a powerhouse, one is the powerhouse of emotions. So what Shri Krishna is telling, by the help of your emotions, by the help of your devotion, what you have to do, you have to bring your pran in middle of the eyebrows. Okay, and pranamaveshya samyak, hold it there, hold the pran there, and satam purusham upaiti divyam. You have to hold the breath between the two eyebrows. Now in between the two eyebrows there is a agya chakra. And we have to hold the pran there. And what Shri Krishna says, Yadaksharam Veda Vido Vadanti Vishanti Yatyatayo Vitaraga Yadichanto Brahmacharyai Charanti Tatte Padam Sangrahena Pravakshi. What Shri Krishna says, Yad Veda Vidaha Aksharam Vadanti. The one that is called as Akshara means the knower of the Vedas, the Brahma. And yes, Yat Vitaragaha Yataya Vishanti. Krishna is emphasizing something very important here, that the same imperishable truth, it can be realized. So those who practice consistent self-control, they can. So the one who we saw in the previous shlok, the ones who can practice that with this yoga, they can bring their pran in between the eyebrows. Those who have mastered that kind of yoga, those who are able to do that, they will, and they have to leave this body. They will be, how will people attain that stage? They will attain that stage by giving up their worldly desires. By they have grown out of these worldly desires. Yataya vitaragaha. To attain that amount of yoga also, how they have to be vitaragaha, means they have to be outgrown all the desires, all the material desires. Once they have outgrown these material desires, vitaragaha, and yataya vishanti, they are going to enter whom? Enter into the Brahma. By doing all these practices, all these yogic kriyas he has explained, these are the ones they are attained by what? Giving up material desires, by consistent yoga practice. All these things, what will happen? They will attain this stage where they can give up their own body. And which place are they going to attain? The Parampad, the Padam Sangrahena Pravakshe, they will be able to attain that particular destination. Which is that destination? It's a common destination for all of us. It is the Brahma, entering into the Brahma. Now, this is the entire goal, and this entire goal Shri Krishna is describing for us, and he explains that to attain this particular stage, to attain the Parampita Paramatma, what should be done by the physical body? So, in these 3 shlokas which were in the Trishtuk Chanda, what Shri Krishna has told, the description of where we are going to go. How is that place, and how imperishable it is. This place he has told, and to go there, what Shri Krishna has told, we have to do that yogic kriya, and to be able to do so much of things, we need some detachment from the worldly pleasures. And Shri Krishna mentions further how this, how should you give up your body? What should be the kriyas that have to be done at the time of leaving the body? He is explaining it in the 12th shlok. Sarvadvarani sanyamya manohridi nirudhya cha murdhnyadhayat manah pranamastito yogadharanam. Omityekaksharam brahma vyaharan mamanusmaran yah prayatityajandeham sayati paramangatim. These 2 shlokas together, Shri Krishna is explaining us that how is the process of leaving the body. Sarvatvarani sanyamya. Now our body, our deha, it is considered to be a body with 9 dwar, Navadware. 9 dwar. Actually, there are 10. The talu, that is at the top, when a child is born, it is open and gradually it closes. But all these 9 dwar, so our body is assumed to be made of what? 9 gates. That is why here the word is dvarani. Sarva dvarani sanyamya. By maintaining, by balancing all the gates, means what? Eyes, ears, whatever you are seeing, and everything. So by yogic kriya, we can do it. We have to balance everything, balance the body. And what you have to do? Sarva dvarani sanyamya manohridi nirudhya cha murdhyadhayat manah pranam asthito yogadharanam. Now we have seen that the pran can be brought in between the eyebrows, that we had seen in the previous shloka. What Shri Krishna is telling here, by controlling all the gates of this deha, of this body, what one should do? They have to hold the mind together, and mano hridi nirudhya cha, control, have a control over your mind, and push your pran where? At the center of your head. The pran has to be moved from the center of the eyebrows to the center of the head. And in that place, you have to hold the pran steady. We know this. This is the Agni chakra, and here the crown. There is a crown, and that is the Sahasra chakra. The pran will be concentrated there, and having fixed the life breath, the pran over there, what they have to do? Om iti aksharam. That one letter. What is this? Om. That it is not a sound alone. A, Uma, and Anuspar together, they are 3.5 matras. It is not just a sound. One entire Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad, is dedicated to understand this one akshar, one omityeka aksharam, one om, to understand one omkar. An entire Upanishad has been dedicated. That is the might of this omkar, and in itself it is a Brahma. Okay, now keeping the pran at the Sahasra chakra, we have to chant Om, and after remembering, the Om is the symbol of the Brahma, and by remembering God himself, the pran will be departing or leaving the body. When in this kind, the pran is leaving the body, yaprayati tyajan deham. When the pran is leaving the body in this way, what happens? Sayati paramangatim. Sayati paramangatim. They will attain me. The Paramagati, they will attain the Paramagati. And what is that Paramagati? That is me, the Brahmastiti, they will attain. Vyaharan Mamanusmaran means by uttering Om and remembering me. Uttering Om and remembering me, pushing the pran from the eyebrows to the Sahasra chakra and uttering Om and thinking about me. If your pran leaves the body, you will attain me. Shri Krishna, now this is such a beautiful thing that, a person who departs like this, people who take samadhi, Jnaneshwar Maharaj, Gajanan Maharaj, they've all taken samadhi. When they are taking their samadhi like this, they attain the Supreme Lord and Parabrahma Pita himself. Now, some people will say, see, I can't, think about Om. Some people are used to saying Ram, 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 Ram. Some people are, doing worship of goddess. Some are doing Shri Krishna puja. Some are doing puja of different types. No matter which god, but ultimately they all merge into what? Omkar. So we have to get immersed into Omkar. We all have to be absorbed into Omkar. So that is what Shri Krishna says. You have to just think about your deity and you will be able to attain me. Now, there is a very obvious question that comes to the mind. All this looks so difficult. And Jnaneshwar Maharaj has covered this doubt that how is it possible all the time that we'll be able to do all this at our last minute. And Jnaneshwar Maharaj has said it, and Swamiji has explained it to us. He says this death is unpredictable. Obviously, now see, we recently saw a few years back Corona. People were not even, they might not have even imagined that they will die in such unpredictable circumstances. It is completely impossible. It is beyond our imagination that, a person who went to hospital with a simple fever and cough and is no more. The death is so unpredictable. We at our generation who have faced this Corona crisis know it better than anybody else, that this death is completely unpredictable thing. It is so, we never know. Sometimes I'll forget about the Corona also. Somebody is driving, accident happened. There is no time to do this Omkar and all this, no? How will anybody do? Somebody who is in coma, is in ICU, coma, has a heart attack and is in that ICU now. From that ICU is in coma. How will this person do this Omkar, Omityeka Aksharam Brahma, Vyaharan, Mamanusmaran. The person is barely remembering his own name, is barely able to talk. Somebody who is barely in his own mind. How do we expect him to do Mamanusmara? Huh? At the last moment, this is a very valid question that comes to the mind. When this question came to the mind, Jnaneshwar Maharaj understands the conversation between Arjun and Shri Krishna very well. Shri Krishna says, somebody who has done my bhakti throughout the life, has always remembered me, Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu, who has done this for him, I will come to the rescue at the last minute. When a person is in coma, is not in a position to help himself, is not in a position to take care of, not in a position to think about anything, forget about me, I will come and remind him of me in his last breath. That is the assurance Shri Krishna has given, that anybody who has done this Mamanusmara Yudhya at the time of accident, at the time of death, I will come. He says, forget, I'll not even send my doot. I will come at the time of his departure from this world. I will come, pick him up in my arms and bring him where he has to go. So what we should do? Every day a sadhak should spend some time contemplating about the divine God, contemplating about the God himself. We should spend good enough of time in doing good deeds, even slightest of our good deeds, even slightest of our good karma is not going to get wasted. Remember this. And this crowd who is sitting in this Zoom meeting, we are the luckiest of all that we have learned Gita with us. We don't have to go very far to do good deeds. Just being able to propagate Bhagavad Gita. It fills us with so much humanity that when you go out also, we are able to have Gita ji in our life. Your work will not be, just limited to Bhagavad Gita itself. You will become such a high quality human being that beyond Bhagavad Gita also you will be doing lot of seva. When we see our Swamiji, his karya is not limited to Bhagavad Gita or to Sanatan Dharma. It is much more beyond that. He has awakened the entire country. And he's done so much for the welfare of this entire society. We see our own, we see so many great people around us. Automatically, we are encouraged, we are pushed on this path of what? Doing good deeds. And not a single good deed will go wasted. All our good deeds are going to add more meaning to this life. And Krishna tells a very beautiful thing further. He says, Ananya Cheta Satatai Yomam Smarati Nityashaha Tasyaham Sulabha Partha Nityayuktasya Yoginaha. After all that heavy duty talk that he gave, he has simplified everything in this one particular shloka. What he says, first assurance, because I can see all of you have all of a sudden with that talk about death and all, everybody became very heavy hearted. Now here he says, Tasyaham Sulabha Partha. I will be very easily attainable for someone whom Ananya Cheta Satatai Yomam Smarati Nityashaha. Ananya Chetaha, with my mind not focusing anywhere else. We are doing puja and the mind is where? Wow, what is for the breakfast today? What is the maid doing? Are the children in the school? What is the time? How? No, Ananya Chetas. The mind should be where you are doing worship. Some people I've seen, they'll sit for puja with the phone only. Forget even that. Some people, when they start the puja, they'll have somebody taking their pictures in between while doing the argya, smiling, giving poses for the... No, that kind of bhakti is not acceptable to Shri Krishna. Ananya Cheta Satatai. Constantly with an what do you say? with full concentration. Let us not talk in a negative language. With full concentration, your mind focused only on whom? On Shri Krishna himself constantly. And not just one, not only for that month, constantly, satatai. Yo mam smarati nityasha, who constantly, daily, on a regular basis remembers me. For him, I'm easily attainable. And such people are already yogis. Nitya yuktas yoginas, such yogis are nitya yukta, and that is why this one phrase that I told you, which can be called as the Mahavakya of Bhagavad Gita, Mam Anusmara Yudhyacha. If this one thing we are able to bring in our lives, we will be able, easily attainable. This Krishna becomes easily attainable to us. Brahma becomes easily attainable to us, because at that point, Adanya Cheta Satatai Nyomam Smarate Nityasha, we'll get into that habit. Why? Because constantly, Yudhyacha, while doing your work, if you are able to develop that habit of continuous jap, continuous meditation, continuous thought. See, the best thing about this particular shlok, we know there are different types of bhakti, Navadha bhakti, Shravanam, Kirtanam, all there are so many, 9 types are there. You have to do chanting, listening, singing chants. In that, there is one type which is Smaran Bhakti. And this is the easiest of all. For any type of worship, for any type of puja, any type of other means of worshipping the God, there is some external thing that is required. Like, if I have to do worship, if I have to do yagya, I have to go and buy certain things. If I have to do worship, I need something. Some puja items I need. If I have to listen, Shravanam also, I need somebody who can talk, somebody like Swamiji, because he is there, we all are able to listen to me and all other, because Swamiji has told us something, we are able to discuss here from my. But so it is also dependent on somebody who is good enough to listen to. The Shravan Bhakti is also dependent. But there is one Bhakti which is not dependent on any external means. It doesn't need any instruments. And what is that Bhakti? Smaran Bhakti. Manusmara Yudhyacha, so powerful, nothing is required. What is required? Only remembrance is required. This kind of bhakti, who is the most ideal case of having achieved God by Smaran Bhakti is Bhakta Prahlad. Now we all know he was living in between the demons. Where was the puja samagri? Where were the temples? There were no means. But inside what jap you are doing, nobody can know. When you are chanting bhajans, people will know whose bhajans you are chanting. If you are doing worship, people will understand whom you are worshipping. But if you are doing jap, can anybody tell what jap I am doing? No. So that is the power of this. Smaran Bhakti is one of the most powerful. Doesn't need any external instruments. Even while doing your normal morning work, you can do this. That is the power of this Bhakti, and that is what Shri Krishna is telling us in this shlok. The power of this Smaran Bhakti, that by continuous remembrance, I will be easily attainable. And what he says, why we have to attain him? Mamupetya punarjanma dukkhalayam shashvatam napnuvanti mahatmanah samsiddhim paramangataha. What is the benefit of attaining the Parabrahma? What is the benefit of attaining or reaching near God? The one who has united with God need not come back. He will not come back to the world. And how is this world? Shri Krishna has put one signboard for the world also. When we go to school, there will be a board, Vidyalaya. What we get in that building? We get knowledge, Vidya. That is why Vidyalaya. If we go to hospital, there is a board, Rugnalaya. Means what? There you will meet patients, Rugna. If we go to library, there is a board, Pustakalaya, because there are books there. It is Pustakalaya. Now here Shri Krishna says, he has put a signboard, Dukkhalaya. Dukkhalaya means what? what do you get in this world? It is sorrow. So this is a place where it is now sorrow. We also have to understand it is not just sorrow. We will say, I am so happy in my life. You cannot say that I am just having sorrow. This whatever happiness we have in our life, whatever happiness we see around, it is for us temporary. It is for some time. It is not a shashvat happiness. It is not a permanent happiness. It is temporary happiness. That is why what Sri Krishna says, this world is dukkhalayam ashashvatam, ashashvat. So it is not even a permanent thing. Whatever is here is temporary. You will keep swinging in this world. You will come, we have to do some karma, then leave this world, and again come back to do reap the benefits or whatever of this karma. Now you will say, if we do good deeds, then also there is no moksha, because with good deeds also there is a lot of karma which gets accumulated, and we have to come to enjoy those benefits also. And again, when we are enjoying, some or the other mistakes are going to happen. Something or the other, this is going to be a continuous cycle. So people who attain me, however, the people who attain the Brahma, who attain God, Mam upetya. Upetya means having attained Brahma, punarjanma na vidyate. There is no punarjanma. Na apnuvanti mahatmana samsiddhim paramangataha. Paramagati ko prapt hue. That's what we say, isn't it? Paramagati means the place of the final abode from where there is no coming back. So that is where Sri Krishna wants to take us. Now, some people will say, so is it that Param Moksha? Is that everything? I'll tell you, even these great people, now this thing Swamiji has explained in great detail. What he says, no matter what happens, one day everyone has to go. Everyone has to go to this Param Dham. And some of us will come back, some of us will not come back. Now, those who will not come back are those who have mastered this charantma manusmara yudhyacha. But even for them, what Swamiji says is, even for them, this dukkhalaya, this world is a place which is a dukkhalaya, but for them, that sorrow doesn't matter. For instance, our great sages, Tukaram and everybody, for them, these worldly sorrows were not making any difference, because they were completely absorbed in the bhakti, in devotion of Sri Krishna, of their Vitthal Bhagwan. So it didn't matter to them. Like that, Sri Krishna, like that, Swamiji has explained this so beautifully. He tells every time an example of Gulab Rao Maharaj. Now, Gulab Rao Maharaj, in his previous births, why was Gulab Rao Maharaj born? Because Naraji went to Sri Krishna saying, now in this world we need the seed of devotion to be planted again. So for that, he has to send some messengers. And who is that messenger he has sent? There was a gopi. Her name was Panchalatika in his age. And that Gopika, she was sent in the form of Gulab Rao Maharaj. This Gulab Rao Maharaj, he himself has written this, that I was this Gopi by this name, and now I am here to do this task. So after this task is done, they will go back to the final abode where they came from. For them, this attachment doesn't matter. They know where I was, where I am, where is my abode. That knowledge they had. And that is why our in Marathi, there is a very famous abhanga, Ami Zato Amcha Gava, where you have come from. They say, I don't know, they'll not tell the name of their place, from the village from which they have come. What they say, we have come from Vaikuntha and we are going back to Vaikuntha. We have come from that Parampita Paramatma, we have to go back to that Parampita Paramatma. So for them, this Sarvam Akhilam Midam Brahma. For them, if this entire world is only like a Brahma, they are not getting attached. For them, this is not a dukkhalaya. For them, this is not a place which is which will give lot of sorrow. So ultimately, if we all also want the freedom, we have to do a very simple thing. All other things, yogic kriya, that ultimately we have to reach there. But where you have to begin with? with Ma Manasana Yudhyacha. And Shri Krishna says a very important thing after this also. Brahma Bhuvanaloka Punaravartinorjuna Mamupetya tu kaunteya punarjanmana vidyate. The same thing Shri Krishna is telling. Now what he is explaining it in deeper details. Brahma Bhuvanaloka. So like when we have to say something from A to Z, we have explored everything. If I say this sentence, from when I say something, use the phrase A to Z, what does it mean? Everything covered. Here we were singing Anoraniyam Samanusmaredya. There also we are thinking from smallest till the biggest. That's what Shri Krishna is telling here. Brahma Bhuvanal Lokav. Right from this body till the Brahmalok, everywhere, all the words, Lokaha, all the words are covered. From these, no matter which lok you are in, from the smallest of the body till all the worlds completely together, every deha, every body is meant to return to be in this cycle of birth and death. Punaravartin Arjuna. They have to do this. They are subjected to rebirth. So don't think that if I attain Swargalok, there is no coming back. Swargalok is like a credit card. If you do lot of punya, good deeds, then your credit card has lot of balance. You can go and live in the Swargalok. Like if we have lot of money in the bank, we can go and live in some 5-star hotel. When the money is over, you have to come back to live in your house, depending on how much money we have, that kind of house we live in. Like that, if the good deeds we have, we'll be able to live in the Swargalok. The quality of deeds come down, the quality of the world we live in gradually comes down. And then Martya Loka, Patal Lok, all those lokas. But no matter which lok you are in, which world you are living in, what is there? You are again going to be reborn. Swargalok, you live for 400 years, but again reborn, because that vicious cycle is going to be there. But what Shri Krishna says, Mamupete tu kaunteya. If a person attains me, punarjanmana vidyate, there is no rebirth. There is, my place is the only place from where there is no coming back. Shri Krishna has given that assurance. Now, all these concepts, you should go through these shlokas all over again and try to understand them in a sequence. You'll find a very sukshma logic, a very subtle logic is there, very good logic is there in everything, and how everything can be connected to the karma, how everything can be connected to your devotion. And then we can understand that this way of living is not important. The way we live our life is also going to be responsible to how we live the life, and how we live the life is going to ultimately decide whether we are going to come back, not come back, or if we have to come back, how we are going to come back. Now, in all these, Shri Krishna is explaining in more details, like, what happens after we, there is no returning to Mrityu Lok. But even this entire timeline of, not returning to this world, the entire timeline of how long you have to keep continue doing this is given in a very beautiful calculation. Now, these calculations we should try to understand in one go. So I will stop for this particular sessions, and then we'll see how Shri Krishna has explained the day and night of Brahma. This is going to be a very interesting discussion, which we'll see in the next session. So with this, I offer this entire discussion at the feet of Pujya Swami Govind Dev Giriji Maharaj and Shri Krishna himself and Yaneshwar Mauli, with whose blessings we all are learning this divine knowledge. Hari Om. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Om Tat Sat. Hari Om. So, yeah.
Thank you so much, Didi, for explaining the whole session so beautifully. And now I got all of we have used the do not use the debit card. We should we should take the first priority as a Vaikuntha Dham. So thank you so much, Didi. Now, yes, one announcement for all of you. that I'm very happy to inform you all that our 30th batch is going to be, the L1 30th batch is going to be inaugurated on 5th of January. So I request you all to motivate your family, friends, and relatives to join Geeta classes. Now it is the question answer session. So please do not miss this opportunity to ask Shraddha Didi. So please raise your hand and switch on your camera. Yes.
Jai Shri Krishna. Ji, Komal Didi, please unmute yourself.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri
It,
Krishna.
it was beautiful.
It's
And
all Swamiji's kripa.
and for us, Shraddha ji Kripa.
It's all- You also Swamiji's kripa. Ji, ji.
Okay, this karma, just now you said no, that if we do Krishna karma, then so definitely we have to come back. Even if we do good karma, yet we have to come back to bear the fruits of that karma. Then karma, then we have to do which one? Like how it is told in Karma Yoga, that dedicate all the karma to God. Then those only will not be counted as karma.
No, it
Is
will
it
be
like that?
counted as karma. See, there are two things. Karma, you are anyways going to do. Okay, it is not like because I have not offered it to God. It is not offered it to God, that's a separate thing. But karma is always going to be there.
Yeah.
What you want to, that's a different thing. But when how to offer it to God when we are doing a karma, we don't take the ownership because karmanya vadhikaraste. Karma is the only thing that you can do, not on the fruits. So, we say we have learned something new. I have learned. We try to take the fruits of it. That is not how it should be.
Okay.
Ji.
So that
So I'm
karma
not
will
sure
not be.
what your question correctly. It's not about the karma not being counted because no matter, see, if you have done a karma, you're going to get the fruits. So whether you offer it to Sri Krishna or you don't offer it to Sri Krishna is only going to ultimately modify your, destiny around it. But if you want the karma to be good, best is to offer it to Sri Krishna. But it is not that you're anyways going to get the fruits of that karma. Okay.
Yeah, fruits will get, but that cycle of life and death, we can be a little bit protected from that. No,
Yes,
we
they can
can
be
be
protected.
prevented.
Yes, it can be protected and it can be protected if you remember God with it. See, now what happens is sometimes people misunderstand think that, I have to do only karma, only worship that is going to save me. Some people only Jnanarjan will help. That is also not
No,
true.
no.
It has to be with devotion. Everything has to be with bhakti. So, only thing that can save you is the Namasmaran. If you while doing all the karma, you're going to get the fruits. Everything is said and done, but only thing that can relieve you from the dosh, from the sins is going to be nam. Yes. So whatever karma is done, whether it is offered to God or not, if your Nam Smaran is done, and in that if some mistake has also happened, that gets nullified only by Nam Smaran. No, even if you do good karma, depending on the intensity of what your karma is, now you accordingly will get the fruit. But Nam Smaran is what is going to help you in every possible way.
Yeah, right. And Namasmaran we can do only if we understand that God is within us and also in all the living creatures. So
Exactly.
constantly we'll be
See,
thinking about
anybody
God.
cannot
Then,
do Smaran unless and until a person has Shraddha, has faith in God. They cannot do Nam Smaran. Simple. Whatever is in your mind, that only you will remember, isn't it? Only that Smaran we can do. Help you.
yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Gauri Didi.
Ji. Ji. Jai Shri Krishna, Gauri ji. Please unmute.
Please unmute yourself, Gauri Didi.
You have to unmute.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, Didi. Pranam to you.
Jai Shri Krishna, everybody. It's really a pleasure listening to you, and we get enlightened every time we listen to you. I want to ask a question that service to man is service to God. That's a very popular saying. And Mother Teresa had followed it very well. So she left her home to serve mankind, human beings in whatever. And whatsoever you do to the least of my brothers, that you do unto me. That was the song she had written. So God is a very good chess player. A chess player concentrates on every coin on the board. So God is having an eye on all of us and the activities we perform. If the activity that we perform is service to mankind, it is indirectly service to God. So that is a very, I feel that Mother Teresa, she did her best as long as she lived. And it was on the 5th of September. It was on Teacher's Day that she also passed away.
Okay.
So I want to know if human beings are also images of God.
Hmm.
And you were saying that this is the, when a little baby is born, the old ladies put a kaudi on the
All-
head
Yeah.
and it palpitates
Hmm.
like heartbeats. So if God is with us, and if we just remember God, people on their deathbed say, oh God, oh God. So some way they are remembering God. And maybe at that moment, if a person remembers God, he unites with God in heaven. So when you were speaking, I was reminded of all these incidents, and it's a pleasure reading the Bible or reading Geeta. It gives us the same knowledge
See,
about the Almighty
ultimately, it
God.
depends on the sattvic bhav. What is dharma? See, now we name it by anything, but when we say this thing, what is dharma? We have to understand anything. Now, people have just given these names, Hindu dharma, Falana dharma, all these. But we have to understand anything, any act which provokes you towards sattvikta. See, Bhagavad Gita is not just a book or not just a particular scripture. It is an entire science and art. It is entire philosophy in itself. So anything which provokes you to move towards Sattvika is dharma. Okay, anything good, anything that is provoking you to do a good thing, that is dharma. That is what we have to do. So when we are saying when it is service to mankind is fine. Now, while people are doing service to mankind also, there is a tendency that I will serve only a particular type of person. Then that is a biased service. So why I say Bhagavad Gita is complete? Because Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha. There it is not mentioned that this particular type of man only I will help. This particular type of person. I see I have not studied Bible, other books. I am really sorry. So don't take my comment as anything against anything. My study is only restricted to Bhagavad Gita and our scripture. So what you shared, I really respect that and thank you for sharing with us. And same thing, I'm just elaborating my view that what you are saying and what I'm saying is in line, because whatever anything that provokes you to do that moves you towards the path of sattvikta is dharma. That's what Bhagavad Gita tells. And Bhagavad Gita also tells us that everything has to be sarva bhuta hite rataha. Also, at that time, I don't see whether this is a animal or this is a Namdev Maharaj, when he was giving food to a dog also, the roti, he had taken a roti and ran away. He says, wait, you apply ghee to that roti and then take that roti. So whether it is animals or anything. So being able to see that Brahma Tattva in every creature and not just animal is what, not just human beings is what Bhagavad Gita teaches. So it is really nice what Gauri Didi also shared with us, and I just elaborated on that. So very nice, Didi. Good. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you, ma'am.
Usha Ramani Didi.
Usha ji, please unmute yourself.
Namaste, Didi.
Namaste, Guru.
Two
Jai Shri
questions
Krishna.
I want to ask. Prayana Kali Manasa Chalevu. But that is not in our hands.
That's what I immediately told. It is not in our hands.
Yeah.
That is why what we have to do, tasmat sarveshu kaleshu. So, sarveshu kaleshu, and when we do that, when all the time we think about God, at the time when we are not in a position to remember God, at the end time, He Himself will come. Jnaneshwar Maharaj has said this, that He Himself will come and remind us of Him. So do not worry about the last moment, because no matter what, it is going to come very unpredictably. But whatever is in our hands, we have to do. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mamanusmara yudhyacha. That is what she says. Naneshwar Maharaj is Vishnu avatar only. So what he has said, he has
We should
elaborated that,
have
okay.
faith in that. And also we should have faith in that Krishna will definitely do. If you do,
Yes, definitely. Without faith, we cannot do this. Simple. If I say to somebody who doesn't have faith in Shri Krishna, if I say Bolo Jai Shri Krishna, even if he mechanically does it, it will not come. He'll not be able to say only that. How has to be there.
with love.
Without how, nobody will say on their own.
And then one more question. That is 14th. Ananya Cheta Satatam Yomam Smriti.
Ananyaketa Sadai Yomam Smriti Nityacha.
Yeah. That you told. See, by experience, I'm telling I usually when I do puja, I'm singing about Krishna with full concentration only I will be doing. But what happens in house, somebody may be chatting or somebody may be talking to, and it disturbs deeply. Yeah, because if it is calm, I can go into deep dhyana. But how can I can't control them because I can't tell them. So how to avoid that? How to avoid
We
those
can't avoid people
disturbances
chanting
outside?
around us. See, we should not get disturbed by that, because attending people in your family is also a part of your job. Nowhere Shri Krishna has said in this entire Bhagavad Gita that you leave your karma and then remember me. While leaving your karma, only remember me.
That's not
So it's and
excuse me.
no.
What is
Okay.
some they are not disturbing me, but they may be talking on the phone or doing something with loudly hearing to TV or something. Oh, she's doing good. Why don't they think at least half an hour they can
It
keep
is a matter of concentration, Didi. See, from what you might have been able to do in the past, till now, it must have definitely improved, isn't it? Pehle, I'm just giving an example. You can say, even at our home, we see that initially, when somebody will chant, we used to get very angry and, okay, why you are disturbing me? Gradually, that anger will go down. You will not get bothered. Gradually, that botheration will also go down. Gradually, the concentration will increase so much that no matter how much DJ is going to be played around you, you will be focused on what you are doing. Gradually, अभ्यास से नहीं कौन्तेय, अभ्यास से ही होगा. That is going to happen, and it will happen. Trust me. Gradually, that change each one of us has noticed in ourselves. Even in me, I see from what I could study earlier. Now, for 6 hours I'll study and I'll be able to complete one particular. That study has come down like 4 hour, 5 hour. Look, gradually that time will slow down. Now, a small example I'll give you. One of my students are doing Geeta Parayan. So she was my L3, joined from L3 batch. L3, L4, she had completed. She said reading even one chapter daily was big task. Now, by the time we used to tell, no, 3 chapter, 4 chapter, gradually increase. Now, every Ekadashi, she sends me a photo. Didi, full Parayan done. This was a distant dream for her to read all 18 chapters in one sitting. It was a distant dream for many of us also. But see, now so many of you are already doing the complete Parayan in one sitting. But there was definitely a time when reading even one chapter, 2 chapter, 4 chapters together was a challenge. So gradually it increases. You will notice these changes in yourselves gradually. Same thing happens for the disturbance also. Now you are getting disturbed by people around you, but gradually you will not get disturbed.
With your blessings.
Not my Swamiji's blessings.
Yeah.
Swamiji's blessings and Shri Krishna's blessings. I am nobody to give blessings.
Really, we are thoroughly enjoying the next time again. We have to join because it's going to end. And each meaning, each word's meaning you are giving. Because as I told, no, when we started, when you read only, you will get some knowledge. But after hearing from you, really it's heart touching feeling. It's very nice. Thank you.
I also never thought, only when I met Swamiji, I got so involved in this. So it's all my Swamiji's
We'll
kripa.
be waiting for Sunday.
Thank you so much, Didi. And it is also because of your blessings that I get this opportunity. So thank you so much.
Thank
So
you.
thanks. Gratitude is definitely mutual to all the listeners. The gratitude is completely mutual because you listen, I get to talk. Thank you so much.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Jai
Year.
Shri Krishna Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna, Vidhi.
I think most of my concerns or questions which were hovering me, they have been answered because other people have already asked those questions. Just a small anxiety at the moment in my heart. I know that will be also resolved. But I think we are finishing. We have finished chapter 8 now. We have finished.
One more session is left, okay?
Oh, okay, in one lesson. But we
12
won't have
shlokas
this
are still left.
opportunity of asking you in that lesson that how I am understanding most of it only when I'm going through your explanations. It is coming to me now because last year most of the time I was only concentrating in classes and I wasn't attending Vivechan Satras. But because once or twice I went there and I thought, no, I have got much more important things to do. I was thinking that way. But now I am, every time I'm coming to your lesson, even after attending the Hindi one, and it is clearer to me. So there is just a little bit of anxiety somewhere, how I am going to get all explanations from you. Maybe it will come from others as well. And it is halfway we are. What do we do? Maybe you will have the answer. I don't know. Maybe Lord Krishna will give me the answer.
Whatever seva I am giving is in line with what others are giving. We all Vivechaks are disciples of Swamiji, so we all ultimately try to give out the same principles. With some it just clicks, with some it doesn't. But now that you have developed interest in this topic, see how long, if you limit your knowledge to what I am telling you, it is going to be a very limited thing that you'll have. Now that you are completing, for you Vidushi Didi, you'll be completing the level 4. There is immense literature by Geeta Press. See, you should choose your books very nicely. Make a wish list of what you can go through. There are so many books by Swamiji. There are so many pravachans by Swamiji on the YouTube. There is so much material from Geeta Press. All other Vivechans also. Now that you are so interested, see, in level 1, level 2, we don't have that deep insight of the chapter, and maybe that is the reason we are not able to focus so much. But by the time, see, कोई चीज का value कब पता चलता है, जब वो खत्म होने लगती है ना? When it is going, when it is departing, then we understand the value. Now the level, the classes are getting over, you're feeling that now my level is going, now 1, 2, 3 will remember everything. So this is a very natural thing. What we have to try to do is, now you are not a small birdie in a nest. You are going to fly. So try to explore these nice books in Geeta Press. Now, so far you know about Sadhak Sanjeevani and all other books. Now, if you go to Geeta Press, there are hundreds of books on Geeta alone, Geeta Darpan, and so many others. Try to read those. Try to explore those. Try to explore the literature by our acharyas, by our sons. Because if you are going to restrict your exploration to my speech, which is a very limited, like the time is also limited, my knowledge is extremely restricted. My study, I am also a student, I am also a sadhak, I am also learning Bhagavad Gita with all of you. So it will be a restricted thing. Don't restrict your knowledge to me or anybody else. Take a bigger leap in your life and try to explore, become a sadhak. So even whenever I am also telling, I'm always encouraging you all to study the characters of great people around you. How my understanding of Bhagavad Gita has improved, because when you read about somebody like Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, when we read about Sri Ramachandra in Ramayana, when we read these things, we see the principles of Bhagavad Gita put into practice in their lives, and that is how your understanding of Bhagavad Gita increases. And not only these great people, when I see people like Vanekar Kakaji, Kakiji, Ashu Bhaiya, Sanjay Bhaiya around us, the way they are serving, when I see young girls like Rupal Didi and around us in Geeta Parivar, only when we see so many great people working, from their lives also I learn a lot. So don't restrict Bhagavad Gita to books or just to chanting. Try to have a deeper insights. When you read, see where the principle you see around you, and that is how you should go about it. You will never feel left out, and I'm always there. And all other Vivechaks who are much more learned than me are always there to make you understand things. So the Geeta Parivar has given us a platform, not to understand everything in totality, but to start exploring. That is what now we all are said. What does a school do till your matric? It prepares you properly to live your life on your school. Cannot last you forever, isn't it? Learn Gita is a school. It is not never going to last everybody for a long lifetime. It is only giving us a platform as a student, then as a sadhak, then as a Gita Sevi. And once you become a Gita Sevi, you are a Gita Sevi forever. And once you start doing Seva of Gita, you will become, you will automatically start understanding Bhagavad Gita. Like sometime back, Kamla, I'm also a little emotional. I'll share one small experience from my personal life. I have been teaching Bhagavad Gita for more than 10 years now. And I also always used to feel why this understanding is still always incomplete. I feel like I'm understanding the shlokas, but not to the extent that I should. But in Learn Gita, when I became a Gita Sevi, when you do Seva, when you want something from your parents, you have to do their Seva. Unka property chahiye, to unki Seva karni padti hai na? If you want something from your teachers, you have to do their Seva. Gita ji जीवन में लानी है, तो गीता जी की सेवा करना पड़ेगा. It's like that. So really, trust me, the life, it's all about seeing around you and learning it. You will not find it very tough there.
Thank you, Didi.
So stay assured and start exploring.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, Shri Krishna.
Rajiva Bhaiya ji, please.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
My question is there any difference between Chitta and Mana?
Mana
Chitta and Mana.
Chitta and Mana.
Mana.
I am not very sure of this, but Chitta is your conscious thought. Okay. So Chitta is like, now Chitta nahi lag raha hai, man bhi nahi lag raha hai. I think it is.
Is there any difference? I am asking actually. Is there any difference? But Gita Sloka, I don't
there will
remember
not
actually.
be any. No, I don't think there is any difference. They are the same.
But my doubt is there are two slokas in Gita, but I am not remembering it now. Anyway,
I will also try to explore this. This is a very interesting question, but I think they are very close to each other, but there could be a difference. I will also try to explore this for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Aarti Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna Didi. Yeah, in the last session, you explained it so well, Ma Manusmara, because Krishna is thinking of us and we are reciprocating. Similarly, is it Anuchintayan? Like,
No, Anu Chintayan, from what I remember Swamiji telling is, Chintan is not Parampita Paramatma, what Chintan they will do for himself. Chintan is the one that is done by our acharyas and the great sages around us.
Yeah.
So there is Chintan is done by them. Anu Chintayan means we have to follow them.
Yeah.
We are following the Chintan that has been done by them, the procedures explained by them.
Okay. So we are following the acharyas, but Anusmaran, you said Lord is also thinking about us. So we are also, we
Yes,
also.
because Smaran is a different verb and Chintan is a different word. Okay,
Yeah.
there is nothing us to do Chintan about it, and Paramatma will not do his own Chintan. Okay,
Yeah.
but Smaran, because we are his creations, we are his babies, he is remembering us.
So he's thinking of us. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, correct. Thank you. Bhaiya, I had just asked, no, Man and Chitta, they are two different things. What is the exact difference? I will try to phrase Rajita Bhaiya there. But they are two different things because I just am reminded of this shlok by Shankaracharya, Mano Buddhi Hankara Chittani Naham. So he has mentioned two different things. Man bhi nahi hu, Buddhi bhi nahi hu, Ahankar bhi nahi hu, or Chitta bhi nahi hu. So Mano Buddhi Hankara Chittani Naham. So definitely they are two different things, but exactly what will be the difference, I will ask my gurus and I will
Next
let you know.
session. And next
Yes.
session I will see. Okay, thank you.
Sure. Pranam. Thank you.
Shraddha.
जय श्री कृष्ण ताई।
जय श्री कृष्ण ताई। प्रणाम।
मेरा क्वेश्चन यही है, मतलब पुनर्जन्म सही होता भी होता है?
क्या दीदी पुनर्जन्म व्हाट?
मतलब एक दुखालय है शाश्वतम, श्री कृष्ण ने बोला है। तो हमारा पुनर्जन्म होता है क्या अगर हम भूल जाते हैं लास्ट के टाइम में, तो पुनर्जन्म होता है?
हाँ, भूल जाते हैं तो भी पुनर्जन्म तो होना ही है। सी सिंपल थिंग, वी डोंट रिमेम्बर। मैं इंग्लिश में बोलूँ तो चलेगा ना आपको?
हाँ चलेगा, चलेगा।
ठीक है। सो क्योंकि इंग्लिश सेशन है, व्हाट आई थिंक व्हाट यू आर सेइंग इज वेदर वी रिमेम्बर और नॉट इज द पुनर्जन्म हैपनिंग, दैट्स व्हाट यू आर आस्किंग। हाँ, आपको मराठी में बोलना है तो मराठी में भी बोल दीजिए, मला
मतलब
समजेल।
मैं ज्यादातर तुकाराम महाराज, ज्ञानेश्वर महाराज, उनका ज्यादा मैं
हाँ, मराठीत बोलत आहे, काही हरकत नाही। हाँ,
मग तेच मला तेच म्हणायचंय, आता संत लोक जे उंचीवरती गेलेले असतात त्यांचे पुनर्जन्म होतात?
हो, त्यांचे पण होतात. So that's what she is asking is people who have, you know, like Jnaneshwar Maharaj, Tukaram Maharaj, for them this Punarjanma doesn't become a Dukkhalaya. See what Tukaram Maharaj used to say, आम्ही जातो आमच्या गावा. He never said I am from Dehu or I am from this. He will say आम्ही जातो आमच्या गाव. For him Vaikuntha is his गाव. For him this entire world is only Brahma. For them, even if they have to come, why they will come? To do the God's work. Jnaneshwar Maharaj was sent to establish something, to achieve something. Gulab Rao Maharaj was a gopi, already attained the Parabrahma Paramatma, but to get something done for the world, they have taken birth. So they may also come, but only for achieving some particular task, and then they will go back. They will not want to stay. Like one example Swamiji gives, when it is exam time, the people who are living in hostels, children who are living in hostels, and they have an exam to give. Now, after the exam, they have to go home. What they will do before the last paper only, they will pack up everything. The moment the exam is over, they'll run away to their homes, isn't it? Like that, it is the case with the Santa also. They know that they have come here for a particular purpose. Once that purpose is over, immediately they will live. They will not remain attached to this world. Like what? See, 32nd year, Adi Shankaracharya, so early he left. Jnaneshwar Maharaj, so early he left. They didn't wait here for many, many years. Ki let us, now that we have come to the world, let us enjoy. No, they wanted to go back immediately after their task is done, purpose is achieved. So young they were when they have taken Samadhi. You know, the Charitra of Jnaneshwar Maharaj. So early he went, 32 years. Also, we have seen, so early they all have left the world.
अजून एक क्वेश्चन.
म्हणा.
मग आता मला सांगायचं आहे, आपण हे करतोय, तरुण मुलं करत नाहीत. पूर्ण वर्ल्ड मध्ये जाऊ, क्वचित घरात करतात. मग त्या मुलांचं काय?
They will eventually start doing. See, you do. अपने घर से स्टार्ट करेंगे. We will see now, and actually I will not even agree with that many people are not doing. Let us look at people who are doing. In Learn Gita only you see this Rupal Didi, Jyoti Didi, Kavita Didi, so young they are. So much more younger than us, 15-20 years younger than us, and they are also doing. We see even in the other this thing, now you see on the YouTube so many, I saw small children doing kirtan. We never know, maybe next birth, now if we are doing so much kirtan, if we are doing so much bhakti, next birth we'll also be small children, we'll be doing kirtan. And when your children see you doing this, for some time, you know, they will be deviated, Didi. For few years, maybe 25 30 years, they will be deviated. But gradually, they will come back to their own seeds. They will come back to these roots which you have put. So we have to do our task of sowing the seeds. Gradually, the tree is going to take the shape of its seed only. It is going to give the same seed which has brought up this particular tree. A mango plant will reap a mango only. If you are putting the right seeds, no, your children are ultimately going to leave this path only. They are going to come to this path. For some temporary time, they might look deviated, but they will come back to it. So we have to live by example in front of them, not just preach. By preaching, children never learn. We have to do, when they see that, oh, our parents are so sorted, not having anger because they learn Bhagavad Gita. When they become a parent, they will learn and they will want their children to also learn. We have so many small children who are Gita Vratis. Wow, you see, entire we had this Akhanda Parayan, one entire slot was for small Gita Vrati children, no? So they all are also doing. We see the positive thing. Gradually, we'll be able to, let us all take it on ourselves, that we will only do the Bal Sanskar work of Gita Parivar, then we'll have more children like that. Isn't it? Pranam.
Sunanda Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Yes. Jai Shri Krishna Didi. I must tell you, actually from my heart, I really feel that Gita has been really imbibed inside me from learning, from taking the classes, and of course, listening to your explanations. They are so beautiful. So I'm very much thankful. I'm really full of reverence for you, Didi. Okay, one thing I just want to ask you, that throughout the Gita, we have actually completed almost all the chapters now, and throughout the Gita, what I find that Sri Krishna, he sometimes plays the part of a friend of Arjuna, and sometimes a kind of a elder brother, or sometimes he's rebuking him as if he's a master, and Arjuna comes to realize only when he sees the Vishwarup, then he realizes that he's such a great thing. But now I want to ask you, Didi, throughout all the slokas, there is the mention of Parama Purusham, and there is the mention of course, Krishna, and again there is the mention of Brahma. So I'm a bit confused whether all these pertain to the same annotation. That is what I'm asking you.
See, Param Purush is the Brahma. The Paramam Aksharam Brahma Paramam. So Akshara Brahma, that Parampad is the Brahma Swarup. But Krishna is an incarnation. Krishna is an incarnation of that Brahma Tattva. Okay,
Oh.
so he has taken the form of Shri Krishna. He is an entire Parabrahma Tattva himself, but he has taken a bodily form. And so Krishna also, we pray to him like Brahma only. He is a Sampurna Avatar. Because in none of the incarnations he has revealed his true form. So he is a Sampurna Avatar. But again, ultimately, he is an avatar. So through him only we can reach the Brahma. Through his devotion, we can reach Shri Krishna himself. Okay, but this is the subtle difference.
So that means Krishna is like you are saying that after when we are reaching our death, when we are coming to the end of our lives, when we call to Krishna, that means it is like calling to the actual, I should say, the real power that is.
See, I'll tell you what, Didi, when we talk about Brahma, it is not possible to focus on Brahma. You think about this. We cannot. If I say I am meditating upon Brahma, how will you meditate upon Brahma? This is a limitation of our intellect. It is not the limitation of Brahma, it is not the limitation of Shri Krishna, it is the limitation of our intellect that we cannot concentrate or meditate upon Brahma, isn't it? So because we cannot do that, we have to have an Akruti. Shri Krishna knew that they cannot directly think upon him, so we need a shape to focus on. It is the limitation of our intellect. That is why we have to focus on Shri Krishna. And then gradually we are, diverted or rooted to the Parabrahma.
Yes. Then our beliefs and everything, our trust will be absolutely founded. Yes. Thank you, Didi. Thank you.
Jai Shri Krishna. Didi has come with Galaxy.
Yes, Galaxy J2 Pro. Didi, please unmute yourself.
Please unmute, tell your name and please ask your question.
दीदी मन और चित्त 19 में लिखा है यदादियो निवदस्तो नेंगदे सोमपासा यो नो यत चित्तस्य उन्नदे योगमत्मना चंचलम न कृष्णा मन चंचल होता है इस चित्त चंचल नहीं होता है इज इट राइट
हाँ चित्त चंचल नहीं होता है हाँ
हाँ इसी में है
चित्त हाँ हमारा ज्ञान है बट एक्सप्लेन दैट आई विल हाँ
हाँ करना दीदी माफ करना मन में मैं I do know in the beginning also, but I have to take reference now. Okay, Didi, your explanation is wonderful, no doubt. I jump onto your channel. Just I go everywhere without coming entering this Geeta. I can remember anything. Didi, my husband, I joined on 22nd November last Kartik Purnima. This 27, my husband is gone abroad. वो चला गया यहीं पर ही बॉम्बे में 27 कार्तिक पूर्णिमा में 1 year fully he has learned the Geeta. He was with me. He has rotated a full year for Geeta. In Bombay, Badalpur में गया है end में all rights did. I am in Bombay now. Otherwise I belong to Lucknow. लखनऊ नहीं कोयलोन केरला का है. I belong to Kerala. Koilon we used to go all the vacation time. My husband is a lawyer. So without Geeta I cannot sit Didi. सच बता रही my husband is in the Geeta itself.
जी दीदी
I told her full devoting this full day. Whenever the reading is go, I'll enter there. Without that, I cannot sit.
May Krishna Kripa always.
Excuse me, Didi.
So, Didi, no.
Sure.
May Krishna Kripa always help you with all of us. Swamiji, blessings be all.
Yes, sure. But he was a very big scholar, Didi. He was a sannyasi. He was a brahmachari. Throughout the years, 25 years. Okay. I miss him very badly. He was a scholar. He was encyclopedia.
Wow, very nice. Wherever he is, Didi, he'll be doing his duties in a very graceful way.
I am sure, but without Geeta, I cannot sit now. Fully, all the lessons I go, 18 chapter I go.
What is Geeta all about? Geeta is going to teach us to be happy. It is now you will understand that now you will understand that everything happens with a purpose. Everybody has their own purpose, so don't worry about it. Okay, don't become sad. While learning Geeta, we all should not be sad. Just take care, and Krishna Kripa will be always with you.
Then only will get pendants. Otherwise, just home here, there.
Bye, Didi. Don't worry. Stay blessed always, Didi. Pranam to you. Stay blessed. May Krishna Kripa be with all of you. Ji, pranam. I think Usha Jadhav Didi is already.
अभी गैलेक्सी ऑयल बोले ना ताई जी,
हाँ
मेरी
हाँ
10 साल से मेरी मम्मी अभी भी रो रही है। मेरे पिताजी जाके 10 साल हो गए। मैं क्या बोल रही हूँ, अभी से छोड़ दिया तो घर में रहकर, तो तेरा देख मैं मेरा देख, बच्चे बच्चे देखेंगे। मतलब अंदर से ऐसा तो रहेंगे साथ में, अंदर से छोड़ने का। अगर मेरा कुछ होता है
सबका
तो अकेला मस्त रहे।
everybody has a different nature and we cannot change that. Some people are able to accept a little easily. Some people I have seen, they are so much younger when such things happen. They have so many responsibilities, they don't have time to lament. It comes later. It is all a matter of swabhav. It is all a matter of nature. We should just give them positivity. We should just give them happiness. Your mother also, you be happy, your happiness will eventually transform her also. So you should learn to be happy. The Bhagavad Gita is only going to reinforce that happiness in you. And Bhagavad Gita sadhak should be able to make people around them happy. That is what Bhagavad Gita is all about. So you should try to always do that. Not worry about it. See, for us, sometimes it is easy for us to say, don't cry. No. That's not. We should be able to understand their pain also. So whatever Didi said just some time back, I understand her pain. For her, it is not easy. It is easy for me to say. It is not easy for her to understand. Gradually, so what we can say, make Krishna help her also. That is the only thing, and obviously he will do, because she is a dedicated Gita sadhak. Krishna will definitely help. He said, when you remember me, I remember you. He will remember and take care of each one of us. On that note, I think we are done with all the questions. So pranam to all the sadhaks. Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you, Kamlava Didi.
Special gratitudes to Shraddha Didi for such a beautiful explanation and salutation again and again for your knowledge. Really, pranam Didi for your knowledge.
And thank you, Janvi Didi.
And
thank you.
Special thanks to our technical team, Vivechana team, and all the volunteers who are serving for Lord Krishna. And last but not the least, all the viewers. So now let's end this session with the prayer. So for prayer, I would like to call Gauri Redkar Didi. She is from Indore, serving as a technical assistant and associated with Geeta Parivar since 2021. Please welcome me.
Jai Shri Krishna. Can I start prayer?
Yes.
Jai Shri Krishna Didi. Yogesham Satchidanandam Vasudevam Vrajapriyam Dharma Samsthapakam Veeram Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Shri Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Jai Shri Krishna to everyone.
Thank you so much for this beautiful prayer, Didi. So it's time for Hanuman Chalisa. So all of you please stay for Hanuman Chalisa.
Shri Guru चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारी बरनउ रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा गानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र औ ध्वजा विराजय कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजय शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिंहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही समभाई सहस बदन तुम रोज सगावै अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीना तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माही जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होतन आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपै तीनों लोक हाकते कापै भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै महावीर जब नाम सुनावै नासै रोग हरै सब वीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावै सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै चारों जुग प्रताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नो निधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावै जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटई मिटई सब पीरा जो सुमिरई हनुमत बल बीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर गोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़ हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय.
See you all in next Arth Vivechana Satra. Till then, Jai